Hello and welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to cover a major development in the Middle East conflict that could significantly impact the balance of power in the region. We're talking about the fate of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah. After a massive Israeli airstrike on Beirut, Dahiyeh area, Nasrallah has reportedly gone silent, with conflicting reports on whether he survived the attack. This is a situation that could deeply shake Hezbollah, Iran, and the broader political landscape in the Middle East. So let's get into the details. Now, for those of you who might not be familiar with the latest news, Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah, his fate is currently unknown following one of Israel's most intense airstrikes in recent history. The strike hit Beirut's Dahiyeh area, a Hezbollah stronghold, and since then we haven't heard anything from Nasrallah himself or from Nasrallah regarding his whereabouts. Reuters reported that Nasrallah is not reachable, which has led to widespread speculation. Hezbollah has been noticeably silent, which only fuels the mystery. We know that within Hezbollah's structure, Nasrallah is seen as an irreplaceable figure, whose leadership is pivotal for the group. Officials have described him as someone without a clear successor. So, if he is indeed dead, it will be a major blow to Hezbollah, not just military, but symbolically as well. However, we're getting conflicting reports on Nasrallah condition, which make the situation even more complex. Earlier today, Reuters cited a source close to Hezbollah saying that Nasrallah was alive. Iran state media also echoed this, reporting that Nasrallah was safe. This seemed like a moment of relief for Hezbollah supporters, but the fog of war is thick and reliable information is hard to come by. On the other hand, the New York Times quoted 5 Israel officials who indicated that the intelligence agency initial assessment suggested Nasrallah has been killed in the airstrike. Israeli media sources have been leaning heavily into this theory, and the Israeli government appears confident that something significant happened during that strike. In addition to Nasrallah, Iranian sources are suggesting that a senior commander from the Revolutionary Guards may have also been killed in the attack. If confirmed, this will indicate that Israel struck a major blow against not just Hezbollah, but also Iran's influence in Lebanon. As of now, we don't have a definitive answers, and the lack of public statement from Hezbollah only adds to uncertainty. This could either be a calculated silence or might mean that the group is still assessing the damage internally. So let's take a step back and look at what Nasrallah's death will mean, not just for Hezbollah, but for the broader regional dynamics. Nasrallah has been the face of Hezbollah for over 2 decades. His leadership was solidified during the 2006 war with Israel, where Hezbollah, against the odds, maintained a strong resistance despite Israel's military superiority. He's not just a military leader. He is a symbol of Hezbollah, resilience, and Iran's proxy influence in the region. If Nasrallah is truly dead, Hezbollah faces a major leadership crisis. As I mentioned earlier, officials inside the group have called him as irreplaceable. The group has a strict hierarchical structure, and while there are no other capable leaders, none carry the same weight that Nasrallah does. His death will undoubtedly shake the morale of Hezbollah fighters and will lead to internal divisions within the group. Moreover, Hezbollah relationships with its key allies, particularly Iran and Syria, will also be impacted. Nasrallah's death might push Iran to react more forcefully in Lebanon to preserve its influence and ensure Hezbollah continued strength. But it also raises questions. Who will take over Hezbollah leadership? Will they be as effective, or could we see a fracturing of the group? If Nasrallah is indeed gone, the region could see a dramatic shift in alliances and power dynamics. Israel might feel emboldened by what could be a major victory in its campaign to weaken Hezbollah. But this also comes with risks. A vacuum in leadership could make Hezbollah more unpredictable in the short term, as various factions of emerging leaders could try to prove their strength by escalating attacks. At the same time, Iran may seek revenge or, at the very least, move to solidify its control over Hezbollah operation in Lebanon. We could also see Syria's Assad regime, which relies heavily on Hezbollah for support, facing more pressure to ensure the group remaining intact. For the United States, this adds another layer of complexity to an already fraught situation in the Middle East. The US have always considered Hezbollah a major threat, and any shift in Hezbollah leadership will be closely watched in Washington. With an ongoing conflict in Gaza and tensions still high with Iran, the US may need to recalibrate its strategy in the region. The question on everyone's mind is, what will Iran do? Will they step up military support for Hezbollah, or will they take a more cautious approach as they assess the full impact of Nasrallah potential and death? Here's what we should be watching for in the next few days and weeks. First, of course, is confirmation of Nasrallah's fate. Until we have something concrete from Hezbollah or reliable intelligence source, we're in a state of uncertainty. Second, if Nasrallah is dead, how will Hezbollah respond? Will they immediately announce a successor, or will there be internal jockeying for power? Finally, how will Iran and Israel respond? A significant escalation in fighting could be on the horizon if Hezbollah retaliates with more aggressive attacks, and Israel, already emboldened, might take this as an opportunity to further weaken the group. Iran's response will also be key, whether they seek revenge or play a longer game to stabilize their influence in Lebanon. To sum up, we are witnessing a pivotal moment in the Israel-Hezbollah conflict. If Hassan Nasrallah is truly dead, it will have a profound impact on Hezbollah's future and the broader balance of power in the Middle East. As we continue to watch this situation unfold, remember that the implications here extend far beyond Lebanon and Israel. This could affect everything from Iranian foreign policy to US involvement in the region. If you find today's episode informative, don't forget to share it with friends and subscribe it for more in-depth analysis on global affairs. Until next time, stay engaged and stay informed.